everybody, it's Cassie Oelberg in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania, and I am here for our Tuesday tip. So I like to do mine early in the day so people have all day to come find it. I hope you're having a wonderful time, and we have been working hard getting ready for the autumn CCI. It is coming up mid-October, October 18th, 19th, and 20th. So if you think that you would like to come have fun with us and create 10 classes and do some fun stuff, then you're going to want to jump in soon. Anyway, I'm just going to head right on over because I'm super excited about today's Tuesday tip. I was on a team Zoom this weekend, and one of my team members said, hey, has anybody turned the truck punch into a frame punch yet? And that made me giddy. I was so happy. I was like, Leslie, thank you. Because when somebody tells me they want to learn what I'm getting ready to teach, it validates me. It makes me feel good. So thank you for letting me know that, yes, people do want to see what I wanted to teach. So, where did I put my truck punch? Oh, it's right here in front of my face. Good job, Cassie. Great start. Okay, so this is the truck punch, and it is super fun. I don't know if everybody knows this, so I'll just go over it really quick. But when there is a silver line over here to the side, that means that the punch is a frame punch. And those punches have exactly 2 inches in this little area right here, and you can make them go around the page. But the fun thing is using a little bit of something that I absolutely love called math. We can make anything, most anything, do some kind of a frame punch, right? So let's just go over math really fast so you know how to figure this out if you want to do it with something else later. And it's okay if you don't want to hear the math, just close your ears for like 2 minutes. So if you measure this space in here, it's 2 3/8 inch. So the punch area is 2 3/8 inch. So you need to figure out what you want your amount to be. Now you can figure this out just by playing around, trial and error, but it'll take you longer and be harder. So you have 2 3/8 is your space in between. So if I take it times 5 and do 5 truck punches, then that is 11 7/8. And you can just do that on your calculator if you want, so you don't have to know how to do the fractions and everything. But 11 7/8 is going to be a little bit too big if you think about it, because it's going to go all the way to the edge and it's not going to leave room for the actual truck punch. And if you measure top to bottom, the actual space of the punch is 1 1/2. So you need to leave some room to have an edge. So if you take 2 3/8 times 4, then you're going to get 9 1/2. And 9 1/2 is going to give you some extra space on either side. So that gives us an extra 2 1/2 inches. And all you have to do is take half of that. Half of that is 1 1/4. And so that's where I came up with the amount that we're going to leave along the edges. Don't worry, you can totally forget everything I just said if you would like. You don't have to know that. Just know that you're going to do 1 1/4 inch on the side, and you're going to do 4 truck punches. That's the important thing you need to know. But for those of you that like to know how to come up with those numbers so that you can do it with something else later, great. Or you can just ask me. Just ask me. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with, I'm going to move this out of my way until I'm ready to tape because I don't want all the little fuzzies to get stuck on it. And remember I said we want to start it at 1 1/4. So I'm going to put my scoring blade in. Now I'm only using this scoring to show me where to start the punch, because if I just measure over 1 1/4 and I put a mark, it's really hard for me to see that as it goes up. So I'd have to put the mark all the way down. And I don't really want a mark all the way down on my paper. So the easiest way to do this and make it look nice and clean is to measure over 1 1/4 inches. And then I just need this to come down far enough for me to put it into my punch. That's my sole reason for doing it. And then I can get that out of my way. So this is just my start line. I made myself a start line. And now I'm going to put this in, and this score is going to match up with this black line. So score 1 1/4, slide this in, and now see how I have that mark to match up. It's hard to see a score, but that was the whole point. We wanted it to be hard to see. We don't want something that is going to show up later. So 1¼ score mark, just partway down the page, so you have a place to start, and then punch. And then we're just going to do 4 of these punches because remember we mathed. And when we mathed, we learned that 4 is a good number. And then this is going to get so easy peasy. You guys are going to be like, what? So once you get to the end of the 4, just get your little crumbs out of there. And now you're going to take and you're just going to rotate it, just like a frame punch. And you're going to start it at this edge. See this edge right here? That's what you're going to mark with your black line. So you're just going to bring this up. And you're going to put your black line up against the edge of where this is. And you're going to punch. And you're going to do 4 again. So, pretty simple. And it doesn't, I like things that don't take a lot of time. So I love it when we do the circular ones. They're so cute. But my problem is it takes me forever to do all the lining up. And I am a fast, quick, easy peasy kind of a girl. I don't want it to take me longer than probably 10 minutes to do a layout. I'm lazy. Okay, so you're just going to keep going around like that. You're going to turn it. You're going to bring it over to the black line again. And this is just creating your frame so it can go around the page. And it's so easy to do. And it's pretty quick. I mean, honestly, if I weren't on camera, I'd be going really fast, zipping around this, and people would be going, what are you doing? So rotate again, and again, you're just going to start at this line. So this is going to go where your black line is that punches. Line it up, punch. So very, very simple, very, very fast. Thanks, Gloria. I thought it was pretty cool. I was very excited. I have to say that I get nervous getting on and doing Tuesday tips. I'll be honest, because I'm like, am I going to teach them something they want to know? But I was excited about this one. This one is like super fun. You're going to use this in just a second. So we're going to put this off to the side. We're going to use it. And then I just took my micro tip scissors. I love my micro tip scissors. So the next thing I did is I just trimmed these off. Now, I guess you could leave them on there if you wanted to and put some little stickers in there, or, you know, just add a little something if you want. Lots of options. But for me, the fastest and easiest thing that I liked was just using these micro tip scissors, because I'm going to do some fussy stuff here in a minute. There's enough fussy stuff going on. So the next thing I'm going to do, my little mat over here so I can keep everything down, is get my background paper. Now, accessory paper pack is gorgeous. And honestly, all of these papers in here are beautiful. But I thought that what this black looked really fun up against was this pretty orange. So I just put that down. I'm going to take my trucks and put some tape on them so they can get taped down. I'm so excited. I called my daughter in Belgium. I'm like, look at this cute page I'm going to do. She's like, Mom, I love you. The fact that I could get that excited about a page just made her so happy. Okay, so we're going to put this down. And you just want it to, you know, you just want to center it. I just eyeball it. I think I measured it. It was 1/8 of an inch from either side if you want it to be exact. You know me, I'm not an exact girl, but 1/8 of an inch from each edge if you really want it to be, you know, exact. Okay, so next up, what you need to do is decorate your trucks, right? And so I'm sure you guys have all figured out that these are the best things in sliced bread. They have these little things that you can pull it down. So even my older ladies that have arthritis in their hands love the fact that they can get in there and they can get the little pieces and use up the scraps. So you just want the scraps in the colors that you want and just use up your scraps because we don't need a whole punch. We're just grabbing some of each color. I just chose these 4 colors. I was actually going to do purple last night when I was on the phone with my daughter, and she said, do green. So I switched to green because, you know, who doesn't listen to the 23-year-old? They're smart. Okay, So then you're just going to need 4 trucks. And it doesn't matter if it's a border. I'm only measuring so that I get the right distance in there. I'm going to flip it this way. I'm going to get 4 trucks out of red. Thank you for watching, Wanda. Thanks, Darlene. Yes, please share it. And if you want, guys, you can actually take Tuesday tips, and you are welcome to share them with your customers. Like, we don't mind at all. So take the ideas, share them. If we see them, whoa, that's what you do when your punch gets stuck, just so you know. I'm a professional, don't worry. Share them. If we see them later in the virtual crop, we're like, woohoo, people are using it. It actually brings us great joy to know that when we teach you something, you are sharing it with others. So that totally makes my day. My son went square dancing with us this weekend at a convention. It's so fun to watch him get out there and do something that my husband and I love so much. And we took my daughter square dancing in Belgium while we were over visiting her. They have a square dance group. And while I was there, I said to one of the ladies, I said, I would be so happy if my daughter took up square dancing. And she said, don't worry, we'll get her involved. So Adriana called the other day and she's like, Mom, guess what? That really nice lady we met at square dancing invited me over to have dinner with her family, and she has a daughter my age. And I'm like, yep. Square dancers and scrapbookers have a lot in common, man. When we are on a mission to infiltrate and help somebody find the joy in what we love, we invite them in all the ways possible, right? Okay, I'm going to put this down here a little bit like this so that I have an area to use for my tape. Sorry, just bumped my thing. Okay, so I'm going to start with my yellow trucks. And this is pretty fast too. You're just going to go and you're going to cut off. Now these micro tip scissors are awesome because they're contoured and you can go around everything. So you're just going to cut off your truck, cut off the bed, cut off the wheels. And this really goes pretty quick because these scissors are magical. It's not quite as magical as the cooking show, but where it comes out all done. I will just do a couple of these and then I will jump to the last part, and then I'll stay on for anybody who wants to watch me finish it. But that way you can see all the different things, because I did something else that I was really quite pleased with on the mats, and you'll see in a second. So with each truck, you're just going to go. Doesn't matter what colors you use. Just use up scraps, guys. So whatever you like for your truck. And remember, when you're doing this layering thing, you don't need whole pieces of paper. You're just trying to use up stuff that you have. And that's the reason we have them organized, so that we don't have to keep using up whole sheets of paper, right? Okay. So there we go. I'm going to do some more trucks at the end, but I just want to show you that the other nice thing is that this piece of paper that came out of the middle, if we take and switch this back over to our cutting blade, then we can cut 4.5-inch mats to go in the middle of here. And I'm just going to clean up the sides real quick, because when I did my punching, and you just want to take the littlest, tiniest bit off so that it's straightened up from the two sides that you need to. And then you're going to cut yourself a 4.5-inch mat, and then you're going to make it square. And now you have two 4.5-inch. I think this one's a little bit bigger than. Yeah, it's a tiny bit bigger. So do both measurements because it's almost exact. This one needs a little tiny bit off, little sliver like the last one did, because it got a little ruggedy in the punching the truck. Then you're going to bring it to 4.5 and 4.5. And look at that. You get your 4 mats, out of that piece from the center. So that brought me great joy because, you know, I love it whenever I'm using stuff up. And you're going to put these down. And I always use repositionable tape because I'm not a big measurer. So I'm going to come back and fix it if it's not to my liking. I had somebody the other day at my crop. I can't even remember who it was. Shoot. Anyway, one of my friends was cropping, and she was using like a ton of tape. And, oh, it was Monica. And I said, I love that you're supporting my business so nicely, but please cut back. Did you see the little bit I put in those corners? That's all you need. And then if you haven't seen this yet, this is the new photo placement. I bet you Pam Wen had something to do with this. I don't know. But it has the vertical on one side, horizontal on the other, all the standard sizes that you're going to use. And these are just photo placements. So you just take, and then you have this, because whenever you take these off and you put the photo there, then you can store them in this nice little thing. Look how cute that is. And then I'm going to take these. I meant to do it before I got on here, but I was too excited to show you guys, and label them the different sizes. And then you're just going to come and you're going to just put a little tiny bit of tape on there. That was too much, just so you know. You don't need as much as I just used. And then you have your photo placement holders. And so what's really nice about this is that they're nice and sturdy, and you can use them over and over again. And it just makes your layout look super nice whenever. Just curious, can you think of a way to flip the paper so bottom layer of frame trucks are right side up? Actually, my husband asked me that. And I said, well, yeah, you could just snip it off and then flip it around and put it on there. But I told him it defeated the purpose because I was teaching you guys how to make a frame. But if you really wanted this to be right side up, Shelly, you could just snip with your microtip scissors and then turn it this way, and then bam, you would have those right side up. But I didn't want them. Oh, a pattern paper. Yes, Serena, a pattern paper would look good, really good for a truck too. There's no wrong, girls. There's no wrong. It's just personal preference. And I was just teaching a technique. I saw all these circles out there, and I was like, there's got to be a fast way to do that. So this is the Cassie Fast Way. If you are a speedy scrapbooker, I mean, most of my albums are fast to fab with some extra fun stuff thrown in here and there. And I would just build this, honestly, if it were in my album. Love this orange paper, but I probably would have built it right on a fast to fab page. So, because that's just my usual MO. But I like it on cardstock when I don't know where it's going to go in my album right away. Then I don't have to worry about what went on the other side, and if they match and all that good stuff. Then I just slide it in where I want it. So now it's just decorating your trucks. Any other questions while I'm decorating? So this is the fuzzy part. I call this have a glass of wine and chat with your girlfriends time, right? You're sitting there and you don't really have to think. And I love that creative part of scrapbooking, whenever you can just hang out with your friends, chat, and design something beautiful and have those conversations. Hello, Gwen. I'm so happy so many people got on here in the middle of the afternoon with me. I always worry about doing it in the afternoon because I feel like not as many people jump on with me. But if I wait till evening, I'll be honest, I'm a little tired. I'm not the late night Lanita girl. My creative juices are starting to wane. Plus, I spent all day being nervous about being on. I know that probably sounds so silly. Cassie, you do big virtual events. Why are you nervous? Because that's just who I am. Oh. Did you ever wonder why Tracy usually lets me go first? Whoa! Threw a truck on the ground. It gets me excited and moving when I go first. That's my favorite time to go. So the puppies went to the kennel for the weekend. The puppies, they're 1-year-old Bernese mountain dogs, so they have gotten quite big. And when I say puppies, some people did that on the wrong side. Here's what you do if you put the tape on the wrong side. This is why repositionable is our friend. Let's see. Let's just make sure. Yep. Anyway, we got back, and they have been so clingy, and they love it out there. So I don't know. I think they just really love to be with their daddy. Spoiled little girls. I love these little trucks. This whole theme this year has been awesome. Okay, I'm not seeing any more questions coming through. I already showed you what to do when you mess up on your tape. So I will go ahead and end the live stream. And hopefully everybody who watches on the replay loves it as much as I do. So thanks so much for being here, girls. And hopefully we will see you at the October event. Have a great day.